Hey guys, welcome to our top 5 effect pedals of the year 2021. What is up everyone, my name is Guillaume.
And I'm Chris, hey welcome. This is our top 5 effects pedals of the year.
Most expected video on the channel every year. No, not really, it's the guitars, let's be honest.
Yeah,
but this is a cool one, this is my personal favorite.
And we do know that it's not Christmas yet, the year is not over yet, but it's coming very soon and we have tons of top 5 videos, so make sure to check them out.
Yeah.
We will have one every week. It's gonna be guitars and acoustic guitars and bass stuff and everything, so we got you covered. This time we'll check out 3 pedals and 2 computers as usual.
Yeah, pretty much the same as every year, doesn't it?
We try to include multi-effects and amp simulators and whatever to the effects video because it just makes a lot of sense. A lot of people like these. They are very capable and really good right now. So.
And they do go along our sort of criterias. Our selection today is motivated by not only, we used to do just bestsellers. It's not the case anymore. We have some bestsellers in our selection. We also have some pedals that we were personally hyped about.
Yeah.
Some pedals that a lot of people were really hyped about. So it's a bit of everything and there should be something in there for everyone.
Let's start with a reissue.
Yes.
Something that kicked the company off. It's the Keeley Compressor Mini, which if you know anything about Keeley, how they started, Robert Keeley modded stuff, pedals and everything, and those became really, really beloved. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, come on, let's do something own. And he created his first pedal, the Compressor, which is ever since, it's just one of the most beloved, one of the most musical sounding compressor pedals.
Yeah.
And now there's a brand new version, the Mini, which is not big.
It's mini. It's mini. It's got 2 knobs. It's got compression and level. We're going to start with everything at 12. And should I? Because I'm plugged in?
You do so.
All
we
right,
are using, that's a Strat, because he's boring. And...
the aggression.
I'll just
skip over that one. Yeah, keep going.
And that is the Thomann, the Super Reverb Thomann from Fender.
That you may have seen in the top 5 amp video that might have been released before this one, but we're not sure yet. Anyways, that's my clean tone. 3, 4. I am not good at doing the Cory Wonk thing. My wrist doesn't do that.
It's so nice how it beefens up the signal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you hear that compression going on, but it's more of an EQ change and some boost as well as compression.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I mean, simpler controls is definitely the way to go because compressor is one of those effects where people are like, why? Do you know, like it's not, and also it's not as sexy of a purchase as like, I bought a new fancy overdrive, so like, I got a compressor. Woo! But you know, all in all, I think this is a great add-on to the Keeley offering of compression because it makes it super easy. Just like leave everything at 12, turn it on, do the Cory Wonk, or like anything else that requires compression, you know.
And let's not forget about the fact, even though compressors are not as super sexy to buy and talk about as delay pedals or whatever it is, it's just one of the most important things, especially if you play low gain or clean.
Definitely.
Because even though people would say like, oh, I'm in charge of my dynamics, you might as well be. But if the band is not super reactive to your playing, and most bands aren't because the drummer will go for it, the horn section will be way too loud anyhow.
Drummers again.
Right, Phil? it just helps the mixer guy, whether it's a recording or a live gig, if you have a subtle compressor on. And you just have more fun as well, because you don't have to hit those single notes that hard to match the strumming parts of your clean playing.
True.
It's such an important thing to have in your collection, and this is a nice one, definitely.
For sure. Just before we jump on the second pedal, I want to add, this is not like a comprehensive demo of each of those pedals, right? There will be like other videos, or we filmed already some other videos about these pedals individually, but today is just to give you guys an idea of what got us hyped this year, and then you can go on to...
It's more of an appetizer.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Let's go on to dish number 2.
Dish number 2. Tasty.
Nice.
That is the Walrus Audio Era's distortion, which came out just a month or 2 ago, and it made a lot of noise because it has, well, 5 modes, or like clipping modes, which makes it really versatile. They call it a tight distortion. It's just, in my opinion, a lot more than that. It's not a traditional metal distortion, even though you could use it that way. But I think what it does is a very ampy kind of big, mad distortion, and it's tight enough to use it for like chuggy stuff as well.
I've heard it do like a lot of different things really, really well. Part of it on Chris's channel, Chris Brown. Please go and subscribe. Some other things by other friends and people who got to play it, and this is my first time today, and I'm really, really liking it. I would say as a final last words. Famous last words? Final last famous words. Don't be put off by the fact that it's called the distortion, because it does the overdrive thing, it does the amp thing, it does the blues thing, it does the rock thing, all of the things. Really liking it.
Moving on. You cannot stop now.
We're done.
Oh, that's the. Oh. That is the golden reverberator from UAFX, Universal Audio. These things, all 3 pedals, the delay, the reverb, and the modulation came out this, what was it, summer-ish? Yeah.
This year.
And this is the kind of reverb pedal, which doesn't happen very often. If you choose the spring reverb simulation, which this was, you immediately look at the amp like, oh, did we forget to turn off the amp's real reverb, because it sounds so authentic, so real. It's unbelievable. Yeah,
it does more than that, obviously, and since the pedal came out, it's been on the boat. Like, that's been like 6 months of every reverb in every Thomann video was that one. That's how good it was. This one definitely falls under every single category that we had today. It's a bestseller for sure. It's our personal favorite, like among our personal favorites.
There are really good ones, but this is like one of those that just really stands out.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So
let me give you a whole sound, like with a long pre-delay. Ow.
That's why.
That's why.
Next pedal.
That's one of the reasons. Moving on to the computers.
True. Oh yeah, it's time. It's time.
Let's start with that one.
as the obvious choice.
Okay.
It would have been weird not to have it in it.
I've heard somewhere you have to play a wrong note twice, and then it's good. Then it's intentional.
I think that's Adam Neely's lesson.
Yeah, exactly. It was Adam. Yeah.
Repetition.
Makes everything right. Yeah, that's the Neural DSP, the Quad Cortex pedal that has been a big one.
Yeah,
pretty big one.
It's probably the largest amount of pre-orders, of reservations, and finally orders.
And the largest amount of people who are still waiting for it.
Yeah.
We just had this B-Stock actually here coming back to us. We were like, okay, let's grab it fast. Let's make a video with it. Finally. It's really good. It's really easy to set it up, to tweak it. It has a huge touchscreen. All the knobs are tweakable, twistable. Yeah. And also they're foot switches and still sturdy. So it's like next level in terms of just usability and everything. Definitely. And the sound, I mean, you've heard it. It does sound as good as digital pedal could sound.
Exploding amp of explosion. The only thing I hate about it is the preset name. And if you've seen our top 5 affordable multi-effect pedals, you will understand why. But
he told you, if you give this preset a name of anything, whatever, if there's a K at the beginning, I'm going to be mad. I was like, okay, I hope you can read it.
Quayum. Anyways, yeah, this was not obviously not part of our affordable multi-effect shootout. This is another level, but hot damn.
I love the way it does the high gain thing and the completely like high headroom clean tone. I'm still not 100% convinced by this tone. It sounds beautiful.
It's hard to dial in as well.
I just don't feel like there's an amp being mic'd behind me. Like we have the speakers here, so it's a very close and nice and loud experience. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the tone. It just doesn't really sound like a Plexi, which this is supposed to be modeled after, behind me with a mic in front of it through monitors. But it's, it's probably the hardest thing to convince someone who's only using amps.
It's hard to convince, and also you spent exactly 7.5 minutes making that preset.
Fair enough.
Like anyone who's going into the Quad Cortex thing probably already has some sort of Neural DSP archetype, preset patches or whatever. All of those are downloadable as well.
Yeah, and you can profile amps. You can actually record your tones, which is super powerful.
This is not a review of the unit. This is just a quick introduction because it definitely deserves its place in that top 5 for the year.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Moving on. The second computer today.
And this one we have covered in our top 5 affordable multi-effect
video
shootout. Top 4. It was 4 pedals.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. Some of them. You go and watch it. You'll tell us. Anyways, this is the Headrush MX5. This is the newest, smallest addition to the Headrush family. Very good impressions on the first comparison. When we did that video, it was seriously easy to use, easy to program, based off existing presets as well. We didn't have to start from scratch. There were some issues. We pointed them out. It's not perfect, but, at a fifth of the money, you can.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of range, obviously.
And now, thanks to you guys, we know how to adjust the gate, the noise gate. It's so easy. It just didn't explain itself. But thanks for the heads up.
We have just like a clean edge of breaker patch for that one. I'm going to play it for a little bit with some effects. Well, I mean, you've got the processing power. Just add. Keep adding.
Keep adding. All the sparkle.
All the sparkle.
All the modulated tape delay.
Some modulated tape delay. Some spring reverb.
The amp is like an American black face kind of.
One of those. It's one of those presets,
always the
guys.
same.
Yeah, we didn't spend nearly enough time working on that one today. Like we have some, again, the other video was a lot more into the details because we were comparing, things that were closer to one another than what we have today.
Yeah.
This is a lot more varied, but I think, there's a little bit for everyone. Whether you're all analog pedals or you like your digital, super well done reverbs, or your multi-effect does it all kind of processing
all in the
units.
Box kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite out of the bunch today?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know.
I thought it's gonna be easier, but
yeah, I mean,
I do have two to choose from.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
Every year we do that. We finish on that question, and every year I'm like, I don't know. I mean, depends on. Okay, let's be a little bit more specific.
Ooh.
If I was to go on tour, if I was to, do all of that side of making music, and I could just pick one of those. Mm-hmm. I'd probably pick the Cortex because it's just very practical and it does everything and it's really great and it sounds good and it's compact and it's, all of that good stuff.
You can fly with it, just put it in your luggage.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. If I were to go just on sounds, UAFX.
The Golden.
The Golden is just one of the best sounding pedals I've heard this year. I love the eras. And that's something that I could definitely slap on my board and use.
Yeah.
But the Golden, just it hits different. So, yeah.
Now, this is going to be a boring conclusion, people. I'm so sorry for it. It's the same thing. If I had gigs where I had to literally fly or just take one guitar, one luggage and go, and wasn't sure about the rig they put on stage. If I had no chance of using a small pedal board and make sure that there's an amp on stage that will take those pedals well, I would definitely go for the Quad Cortex or anything similar. But out of this bunch, definitely the Quad Cortex. And if I had the chance of using a small, nice pedal board with a drive, all the nice pedals, definitely the Golden, because that's again something that if it fits the style of music, if you're not into melodic death metal, which doesn't really need a lot of reverb, I would definitely want to make sure that I have a good reverb because for the rest of all the styles, you really might want to have a good one, and that's as good as it gets.
Yeah, but that was only 5 pedals, 3 pedals, 2 computers. There are many more that came out this year, so please do let us know in the comments which one was your favorite.
There below.
Which one do you think is the top, the best pedal or unit that came out this year? We really want to know. There are obviously many others, but and also among these, which one do you prefer? Which one would you get?
And also, do not worry if something comes out after this video came out and it's still 2021. It will be in our next year's video, maybe.
So get subscribed for the top 5 pedals of 2022.
You have to just wait 1 full year. We'll get in there. Don't worry.
Coming soon.
There might be a few other videos in between, but we'll cover those as well. It's just there are obvious reasons you cannot cover stuff that's not released yet. So meet you down there in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and just have an awesome day.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.